Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, we're about to start the show. A new show. We're gonna talk about crypto. Yes, we're gonna talk about crypto and AI at the same time. Hi, this is Rocco. Stay tuned. I'm gonna give you a little time for the other people to join. It's supposed to be 9:30. We're a little bit earlier. Still working some glitch and stuff. So stay tuned. We're about to start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode. Eye to Eye Crypto. I'm Rocco, and I'm your host. And today we're gonna go through some the news from this past week, plus some of the latest news that just jumped out on the news platform that I want to talk about it. So we're gonna also try different scenarios. So we're gonna ask Finch to help us out with some of the reasoning behind what is happening right now. So I think this is a good idea to have a cold but well educated, if we can say that, co-host, which is our friend Finch. So let's bring him out. Let's see if he's ready for this episode. Let's see if he's warm enough. Hey Finch, are you ready?
Absolutely, Rocco. Let's do this.
Okay, so introduce yourself. Go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Finch, your co-host on Eye to AI Crypto. I'm here with Rocco to dive into the latest in crypto. Let's get started and explore what's happening today.
Great. So let's talk about the first point we had in schedule. So let's talk about. Let me bring the page. About President Trump ordered the U.S. Treasury to stop producing new pennies.
All right, that's a big move. President Trump's decision to stop producing pennies could have quite an impact. What are your initial thoughts on it, Rocco?
Well, for sure, I know that during the COVID, I don't want to use the word right here in the YouTube. That during the pandemic, that's the most of the coins were not available, but nobody clarified they were not available because there was no transportation or sanitation, or was a way to take liquidity off circulation.
That's a great point, Rocco. The coin shortage during the pandemic definitely highlighted the complexities of coin circulation. Trump's move might be aiming to address some of those underlying issues. Do you think it could also be about reducing production costs?
All right, hold on a second, Finch. Let me see something. Let me go
Sure.
full on screen with you.
Sounds good. Ready when you are. Sounds good. Ready when you are.
All right, Finch. So let me ask you something that's probably maybe unrelated, but what do you think is for the people that collect pennies at this point?
That's an interesting question. For collectors, the end of penny production could make existing pennies more valuable over time. It could also spark more interest in collecting. Do you think this might increase the hobby's popularity?
I think it does. I like collect coins too. I mean, I'm not a penny collector, but there are some pennies that are worth a lot of money. So, but let's go back to the why do you think is important? Why you think is the taking the pennies out of circulation is an important move?
Taking pennies out of circulation could streamline currency use and reduce costs. Pennies often cost more to produce than they're worth. Eliminating them could simplify transactions and encourage rounding to the nearest nickel. What do you think about that?
No, I agree with that. It costs more, but there is something more to it because how much in an estimate of penny are in circulation? How much is it in dollar value?
It's estimated that there are tens of billions of pennies in circulation, which could translate to hundreds of millions of dollars. So eliminating them might impact a significant amount of currency.
So we're talking about billions of dollars in pennies or billions of pennies?
We're talking about billions of pennies, which add up to hundreds of millions of dollars in total value. It's a significant amount, but individually, pennies aren't very efficient.
Okay, so I want to try to see if there are any comment about it, see if people ever say something interesting about it. Makes sense financially. What else? Somebody say this month, but what happens if we run out of penny? We will just have two more, no more pennies forever. So what is then? That's my other question. Let's say something costing now 1999. So what you do? You round it to 2? It will be illegal to name something 1999?
It would likely round up to $2 in that scenario. Pricing might adjust to the nearest nickel, but legally, it could still be listed as 1999. It's more about simplifying transactions.
I don't know. It just sounds a little tricky because I remember when we switch. I'm from Italy. When we switched from lira to euro, everything just rounded. The only thing that didn't round it, that was paid precisely, were salaries. But everything on the price, when a coffee costed like 600 lira, and then when they turned it to change the switch to euro, everything became 1 euro, which was like pretty much 40% more.
That's a valid concern. Price rounding can lead to inflation, as you experienced with the lira to euro switch. It's important to monitor how these changes might impact everyday costs. Let's keep an eye on how this transition unfolds.
Agree. So let's move on. What is the next topic that we were thinking about?
The next topic is about President Trump announcing 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum starting tomorrow. That's definitely going to shake things up.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. So, what do you think? Which are the nation the United States import aluminum from?
The U.S. imports a significant amount of aluminum from Canada, followed by countries like China, the United Arab Emirates, and Russia. These tariffs could impact those trade relationships significantly.
But did you see the news about pretty much China coming back, say they're gonna eat back with between I think it was 10 and 25% tariffs on cars and something else, I guess. Can you double check for me?
Yes, China announced tariffs of 10 to 25% on U.S. cars and energy products. It's definitely a significant countermeasure that could escalate trade tensions further.
Okay, so what really doesn't matter for us to have this tariff? So China, we don't import any car from China. So that, I guess we can discard that for sure. But what else?
Even if the U.S. doesn't import many cars from China, these tariffs can impact global supply chains and market dynamics. For example, U.S. companies operating in China could face challenges, and it could influence pricing and availability of certain goods. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
So when you say that car that we are here in the United States have parts, they are made in China.
Exactly. Many car components are sourced globally, including from China. Tariffs could affect those supply chains and the overall cost of manufacturing cars in the U.S.
All right. So now let's jump a little bit, some of the news because we need to thank, the Super Bowl. So let's announce the winner. Use your showman voice and see who wins the Super Bowl.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Bowl champions are the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations to them on an amazing victory.
Okay.
All right. If you'd like to dive...
All right.
Sure thing. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay. So one thing I want to talk about, I'm going to bring it out, the article right here. It's more than 27 states are interested in adopting BTC, Bitcoin, as a state reserve. So, what do you think about this? Can you explain what is important for certain state and why perhaps other states are not interested at all to have a state uh, reserve?
Sure, adopting Bitcoin as a state reserve can provide a hedge against inflation and diversify financial assets. Some states might be interested because they see potential in cryptocurrency's growth and want to be on the cutting edge. Others might be hesitant due to volatility and regulatory uncertainties. It's a big step, but it could bring major changes. What's your take on it?
But what if the government, the federal, they're gonna implement it like they say a basket or a pile of crypto project reserve? Why then it will be no more barrier for the states to have their own reserve, right?
If the federal government adopts a crypto reserve, it might indeed pave the way for states to follow suit more easily. It could provide a framework and reduce regulatory barriers. However, states might still have individual considerations based on their economic and political landscapes. It's a fascinating possibility.
What are the states and they have a more mining facility?
States like Texas, Kentucky, and New York have significant mining facilities due to favorable energy prices and regulations. Texas, in particular, has become a hub for crypto mining because of its abundant and relatively cheap energy resources.
Hmm. Sounds great. All right. So let's move on to another things I want to talk about. Let's see if I can find the article very quick. Oh, you can tell me what was the next topic?
The next topic we had lined up is Bitcoin's hash rate hitting an all-time high. It's a big milestone for the network.
All right, so let's explain a little bit what is the hash rate, how Bitcoin works, what the minings mean. So let's have try to explain like somebody is completely new to crypto or Bitcoin, 12 years old.
Sure. The hash rate measures how much computing power is being used to mine Bitcoin and secure the network. Bitcoin mining is like solving complex puzzles to validate transactions. Miners use powerful computers to do this, and the higher the hash rate, the more secure the network is. Mining is also how new Bitcoins are created. It's a key part of how Bitcoin operates. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So explain a little bit more what is Bitcoin mining is, and let's give a little tour. Explain a little bit Bitcoin.
Absolutely. Bitcoin mining is the process of validating transactions on the Bitcoin network. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical puzzles. When they solve these puzzles, they add a new block to the blockchain, which is like a public ledger of all transactions. In return for their work, miners are rewarded with new Bitcoins. This process also secures the network and ensures its integrity. It's a crucial part of how Bitcoin functions.
So when people say that Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, what they actually refer to?
When people say Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, they mean it isn't backed by a physical asset like gold or a government. Its value comes from supply and demand and the trust and adoption of its users. Similar to how fiat money works, Bitcoin's value is driven by what people are willing to pay for it. It's an entirely digital asset.
So what is the intrinsic value of gold?
Gold's intrinsic value comes from its physical properties. It's rare, durable, and has been used for centuries in jewelry, technology, and as a store of value. Its scarcity and the effort required to mine it contribute to its perceived value. Unlike Bitcoin, gold has tangible uses beyond just being a medium of exchange.
Okay, so but beside only the fact that it's been used for hundreds of years, I can say the opposite. For instance, Bitcoin intrinsic value can be you can transport easily if you want to put in a ledger in your pocket across the world, and but you cannot say the same to move a $5 million in gold across the globe.
That's a great point. Bitcoin's portability and ease of transfer are significant advantages. You can move large amounts of value quickly and securely, which isn't possible with physical assets like gold. This makes Bitcoin particularly appealing in our digital age, adding to its unique value proposition.
I know there are the rules of Bitcoin. Can you link them?
Sure, Bitcoin operates on a few key principles. It's decentralized, meaning no single entity controls it. It has a limited supply of 21 million coins, making it scarce. Transactions are transparent and immutable, recorded on a public ledger called the blockchain. It's also pseudonymous, allowing users to transact without revealing their identities. These rules are enforced by the network's consensus mechanism. Sure, Bitcoin operates on a few key principles. It's decentralized, meaning no single entity controls it. It has a limited supply of 21
You're
million
repeating yourself. It's okay. Listen, we say the gold, and you can say scarcity, but in reality, you can always mine more, and more gold can be found. So the scarcity, I don't think the gold until this moment. Bitcoin it was born in this century. I mean, the past century, I guess. 2009. So in this century, there was nothing that was comparable to gold.
That's true. Bitcoin's fixed supply, capped at 21 million, does create a unique scarcity unlike gold, which can still be mined. This limited supply contributes to its value proposition as digital gold. It offers a new kind of scarcity and store of value that's purely digital.
All right, so let's move on now to the next topic. Which one we are next?
Next up, we have the US government selling 146,540 ETH, worth $420 million this week. It's a big move in the crypto market.
They're selling it? I don't think that was the news. I think they were adding to the ETF, right?
You're right. It was actually about US spot Ethereum ETFs buying 146,540 ETH, worth $420 million. Thanks for catching that. It's a significant development for the crypto market.
So, how's the price of Ethereum right now?
As of my last update, Ethereum was trading around $2,500. It might have shifted since then, though. It's always good to check a live source for the latest price.
Yeah, I can see right now that there were a couple dip today for Ethereum. It went down to 2,525, and now it's back to 2,636, something like that. And I'm taking a look right now, coin market cap. I'm gonna pause you for a second, Finch, and I'm gonna resume with you.
Sure, take your time.
All right, so let's take a look at the market very briefly since we're here and we took a look at the price of Ethereum. You see Bitcoin and is at, around the 97,000 range. And we've been hanging in there for pretty much a little bit. It's become the common denominator. This the chart for one day. If we go down to a month, we pretty much went down from beside, a couple dip that we touched. What was this one? 90, and up was what it was, all-time high 108. We pretty much been in range 97,000. So we've been accumulating for the past month. If everything goes in the right way, I don't see why not. We're gonna switch to the next phase, and Bitcoin is gonna start to take little by little, going up on the right direction. So definitely see this happening. Let's see. I want to take a look also at what else moved. We are right now, the market is kind of steady. We kind of went back from a week ago. That we're actually up from a week ago, where we were up 7%, pretty much 5%. We have Solana back in the $200 range. Let's take a look also if there is something. Let's see the AI agent if something is moving. So we have artificial intelligence, Fetch AI right here, which they get they got slammed for a bit. We have virtual protocol. It was down 10% for the week. All right, let's go let's take a look at this one for a month. All right, so yeah, we're down 50%. We're around $1.40. Now we are 79 cents. That's for artificial intelligence. Let's take a look at also virtual protocol. And let's take a look in a month too. Yeah. So we were almost $3.79 with $1.14. So we are pretty much plus 60% down. Yeah. So that's definitely a lot of opportunity right now. It just depends you look into the market. If you follow the narrative, this stuff is actually pretty good. If you are able to catch and understand how the market moves, you can catch some very good deals. There is nothing wrong with some uh, saving at this point, saving money. What else? I want to touch also to the fear and greed index. That is steady to the 35 number, and we saw this yesterday was still the same. So there is a lot of uncertainty on the public, and definitely people don't know what to do. And with the president keep adding tariff and switching around, I know it's going to change a lot of stuff, but I just I wish that it was a more a smooth transaction, if you want. But I guess I keep saying the same over and over that we are in a good environment. Things they're gonna go in the right direction. We have a positive government. Our president is pro crypto. Then a panel that is pro crypto. Possible federal state Bitcoin reserve. Brad Garlinghouse being appointed as a chair for the crypto commission, stable coins, a lot of things going in the very right direction. I think there was something about Europe, then I think I missed. Then I'll try to catch up. So let's see. I know there was something about the stable coin in Europe. I'll see if I can find the article about it. Let me see if I can get it. Let's take a look. Maybe Cointelegraph says something. Yeah, so there is a big news about it. See, Bitcoin stumble as the Trump's announced a 25% tariff on that. That was the other news that I wish these things was available in dark mode. Maybe it is. I'm gonna find out later. Yeah, the University of Austin to launch $5 million Bitcoin fund as an old strategy. Yeah, this was one of the things I was looking into it. But let's ask. I think I have a list with Finch. Let's bring it back. Let's see what it says. Hey Finch, do you have the rest of the program? So what is next?
Yes, next up, we have Kraken delisting Tether in Europe as a stablecoin and other stablecoins. It's quite a notable move. Ready to dive into that?
Yeah, let's go. Let's give us a little bit what happened.
Sure. Kraken decided to delist Tether and other stablecoins in Europe, likely in response to regulatory pressures and the evolving legal landscape. This move might affect liquidity and trading options for European users. It's part of a broader trend of tightening regulations on stablecoins. What do you think about this?
Well, I think this is good for XRP. What do you think?
That's an interesting perspective. With fewer stablecoin options, users might turn to alternatives like XRP for transfers and trading. It could create opportunities for other cryptocurrencies to gain traction. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
So if Tether is going to be delisted, who's going to take place of it? Who's going to replace Tether?
If Tether is delisted, other stablecoins like USDC or even algorithmic stablecoins might step in to fill that gap. However, there's also potential for more decentralized finance solutions to gain popularity. It's an evolving space.
The other things I want to tell you is that also I read the news that Monero is being delisted as well. So I think the coins, they have this privacy feature. They are not well accepted in Europe, I guess.
Yes, privacy-focused coins like Monero often face stricter regulations due to concerns about anonymity and potential misuse. This trend might lead to more delistings in regions with stringent regulations. It's a challenge for privacy coins in the current regulatory environment.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. What we have in store?
Next, we have Ethereum gas prices dropping to 1 gwei, indicating potentially lower transaction costs on the network. It's a significant change.
Okay, so what it means? Can you explain what is a way is? Why is this news important?
Sure, a gwei is a small unit of Ether, and it's used to measure gas prices on the Ethereum network. When gas prices are low, like at 1 gwei, it means transaction fees are cheaper, making it more affordable to use the network. This can encourage more activity and adoption. It's a positive development for users and developers alike.
How you compare the use of either this cycle or this year compared with 2021 or even 2020 when there
In
were
2020,
when there was sorry let me finish when there was a large use of NFTs.
got it. During the NFT boom in 2020 and 2021, Ethereum usage was incredibly high, leading to expensive gas fees. Now, with lower fees, it suggests less congestion and potentially more efficient network usage. It's a good time for users to engage with Ethereum-based projects.
Do you think there is enough volume now? Or there is the same amount of volume now that it was back then, where there was the boom of the NFTs?
The volume now is lower compared to the NFT boom period. While activity is steady, it isn't at the same peak levels. However, this could be a healthier, more sustainable level of engagement. Lower fees might attract more consistent use over time. The volume now is lower compared to the NFT boom period. While activity is steady, it isn't at the same peak levels. However, this could be a healthier, more sustainable level of engagement. Lower fees might attract more consistent use over time.
Okay, let me say something else. Let's feel free to reply. So, I like Solana better than Ethereum simply because also it's been holding steady, even if he had interruption in the back. But now it's a very cheap, and a lot of the meme coin are minted on the Solana network. Why should I use Ethereum?
Solana's fast transactions and lower costs definitely make it attractive, especially for meme coins and smaller transactions. However, Ethereum has a larger ecosystem and is more established for DeFi and NFTs. Each network has its strengths, depending on your needs.
Okay, you gotta pick between Solana and Ethereum. Pick one.
Both have their merits, but if I had to choose, Ethereum's established ecosystem gives it an edge for now. Solana is promising, though.
All right, I like your pick. Thank you. Let's move on to the next topic.
You're welcome. The next topic is about more than 27 states being interested in adopting Bitcoin as a state reserve. It's
Now,
a
that one we
significant
already talked about that one. Let's move on.
Got it. That covers all the topics we had planned for today.
All
Is
right.
there anything else you'd like to discuss?
No, I think we're good, Finch. Thank you very much. And I'm going to move on to other stuff. You want to say goodbye to our audience?
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's been great discussing all these topics with you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.
All right, Finch. Thank you very much. Now, I just want to remind everybody, I'd like to thank you, everybody, to being here on the show. I'd like to also remind you, if you like some very nice and unique swag, you can find it in inandoutcrypto.com. Double check the page. There is everything for everybody. You can see I have a shirt and my Pepe shirt on. Yes, in a TV network. All right, but I have a with it up too. Yeah, dog with fat. Okay. So also a big shout out to the Verse that launched finally their own beautiful merch store, and you can also get a win like 1 million Verse, and just download also the Bitcoin.com app. You can see all the merch they got it right here, and also for the people that are attending the Bitcoin conference 2025, you don't have your ticket yet, make sure to get to the page. You can use my main page, inandoutcrypto.com, and follow the link to order now. It's gonna open the Bitcoin conference page. You can use In and Out Crypto at checkout, all capitals, and get your discount. More stuff right here to show you guys. If you like shirts, hats, also your have like some leggings, sport bra. We have a little bit for everybody, okay, guys? And I try to keep this one updated. This one, I love this shirt. This was the meme coin came out for Donald Trump. There was the Trump coin. I like to, make everybody happy. There is a little bit for everybody here, okay? So, yeah. Okay, we touched this one. Let's move on to a little bit of bubbles. Let's see how this looks on the last hour. You can see we are steady. We keep it a little bit on the same range. Everything seems to be okay. And then we go back a week. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Of course, for the past day is a mixed feeling. We definitely need more certainty from the president and make sure that I really hope the also the new panel is gonna deliver the promise, and I think they will, especially with the chairman of the ACC out of the picture. Even Elizabeth Warren now changed her stand, that which is pathetic, by the way. But we get Gensler out of the picture. We definitely gonna see a better market, more after all the framework are in place, and finally the company they know how to operate in this ecosystem. We're gonna see definitely an increase of inflow of money on the space. And I'm not only talking about Bitcoin, but I think it will include all the major actors that have been in the market for a long time. Now, definitely there is space for new project. We see the agents, AI agent, and they represent also a new part that just show up in this cycle. There was never a talk, even a talk of the AI agent in the 4 years ago. So, and who knows what's gonna be in news? So, what else are we gonna see in the this cycle and the future one that we never see coming? I think the NFT that we saw before, they were just an introduction of the use case of the NFT. That's what I'm trying to say is we just saw the meme part of it. Okay, on the picture is rare, but in reality, NFTs they have a bigger purpose than just be collectible. Everything that can be used eventually in an everyday life, and everything is going to be on the blockchain. The tokenization, we know that is a very important. I'm gonna scout it for last time X, see if there is anything else besides Elon Musk always being there everywhere. But of course, it's his store, it's his own platform, so he probably posts more than everybody else, and every post has a million of views. Yeah, even the one that makes no sense. Yeah, what else? Oh, there is another one. Maybe this one is worth it to see. This one is the El Salvador adds another Bitcoin to the strategic reserve today. And you can see what El Salvador did. It was commitment and DCA. Just dollar cost average. And pretty much you can see the result right now. Or you can do the same thing with your portfolio. You can add $10 if you want to your portfolio every day. And if you don't know what to buy, just buy where you are good with. So I think it's a jump the gun right there with the with the outro. What else? Anything else here we gotta see that is important? I don't see anything worth to be mentioned. And also, of course, Michael Saylor is always on the news, but at least this article is old. All right, so guys, just want to thank everybody to participate. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you again. Make sure to subscribe. Make it turn on your notification bell so you know when I'm gonna be live next time. We're gonna always talk some Bitcoin and crypto news with the help of Finch, our AI host. he can give us some insight and ideas. And until next time, ciao a tutti.